What's going on, everybody? And today we are going to be starting a new FM18 save. So we're going to be playing as Southampton. Now, I know it's late in the year to be starting a new save, but I just sort of wanted to get something underway before the release of FM19 so we could iron out any major issues that we had with production of these videos, something like length or the camera style chosen in game, just something along those lines. So that's part of the reason why I chose Southampton, because I think you can just get quite a lot out of them from a shorter series. You know, we can try and push for Europe or just try and climb the league table a little bit, take us from being a mid-table side to just something a bit better than that. I think we can do that over quite a short space of time, so yeah. Without further ado then, let's go look at the squad while I sort of talk through what I want to do for this series. So, that's not really the screen I wanted, that's the screen I wanted. So, from the looks of it, we actually have some quite good players. There's a few that stand out. Obviously, the likes of Manolo Gabbiadini have always been very good in Football Manager. Ryan Bertrand, very good left back. A couple of younger players who are quite good. James Ward-Prowse. Højbjerg as well. Cedric at right back, decent little player. I think I've set my preferred formation to 3-5-2 by accident, but if it was a 3-5-2, it wouldn't be this one, put it that way. So, yeah, the way that this series is sort of going to work is I'm going to show every single game, or at least every game of some form of importance, so every league game, and if the cups get a bit more interesting, you know, if we get some progression going in them, we'll start showing those as well. So, we're not going to show, like, the early rounds of things like the League Cup or the FA Cup, because there's just no point in me showing you my reserves battering some League 2 team 8-0, there's no point. This is where we go out to a League 2 team in the FA Cup, but as long as that doesn't happen, we're fine. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and try and make some signings and play through the preseason, and then I'll bring you back for the first game of the season, show you the tactics, show you any transfers we've made, which should hopefully be quite a lot, because, yeah, we have a scouting budget. I noticed it on here, and not a scouting budget, a transfer budget. We do have a scouting budget as well, to be fair. You know, we've got some good scouting going on. I can't find the drop down. I don't know where it is. But yeah, we've got a decent little transfer budget there, 60 million, quite a lot for a club of our size, it has to be said. So yeah, I'm going to go make some signings, I'm going to go create some tactics, and then I'll bring you back for the first game of the season once we're done with the preseason, and today we will be playing Arsenal and Tottenham. I mean, that's a way to start a season. The two North London clubs, the two big North London clubs, I should say. That's not pleasant. Okay, so we're going to be playing Arsenal and Tottenham. Way to start a series. Way to start the first series on this channel. Hopefully it doesn't go as badly as you'd expect. So I'll bring you back for this first game against Arsenal. Okay then guys, so we are back and we've gone through the preseason and there have been a couple of signings which have been made, as you can probably tell by the transfer budget being just a little bit lower than it was before. Let's go take a look at who those are. So the first one is Patrick Catrone, 19-year-old Italian striker from AC Milan, signed for 14.5 million, spread over a couple of months, or no, spread over like the majority of it up front and then some of it over the next few years. I don't remember the exact deal I did in it, but I think it was 9 million up front maybe. And yeah, he's a young striker. I'm looking to try and develop him over the next couple of seasons, and hopefully this season he can just provide a bit of backup to Charlie Austin. And, you know, as the save progresses, hopefully we'll surpass him in ability. He has a lot of potential. I've used him before in other saves, and he's developed very well. So, yeah, he is the first signing we're going to have. Young striker. Let's see who's left. So, the second signing is Matthias de Ligt from Ajax? Yeah, from Ajax. I should have just stuck with my guns and I've been right. 18-year-old centre-back, then ball-playing defender, very good technical stats, especially for someone of his age. He was 17 when I signed him. He's just had his birthday. Oh, literally today. It's literally today his birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Matthias de Ligt. And yeah, just really good physicals across the board, good mentals for his age, and good technicals as well. He will be a first-teamer. I really wanted someone who was a bit better on the ball than somebody like Yoshida. So he will be partnering... Hold it. I'm saying that wrong. I will look up how to say it soon. But yeah, that's going to be the team that we're going for with the majority of this save, at least until it proves to not be effective. So we've got Catrone and Gabbiadini up front. I will probably be starting Charlie Austin though. And then Tadic just in the hole behind. Højbjerg and Ward-Prowse in the centre of midfield. Romeu playing in that defensive midfield role. Bertrand and Cedric both as attacking fullbacks just to try and provide a little bit of width down the flanks. And then Dalit and Hurt, I assume I'm pronouncing both of those incorrectly. Where's he from? He's Dutch too. Excellent. And Forster in goal then, obviously. He's our best keeper. We do still have a lot of money to play with, so I might make a couple more signings yet. But at least for now, this is what I'm looking to go with. And then the likes of Shane Long, Catrone, Redmond, Davis, Lamina, McQueen, and Yoshida on the bench. So we also have this, so if we need to in a match, we can go a bit wider, you know, play Gabbiadini out on the right, bring on Redmond for the left, and then just sort of provide a little bit more width if we're just struggling to get down the centre. So, yeah, but for now, we're going to go with this. It looks like it should be fairly solid. We've had a reasonable pre-season. The only real downside being the battering we got in the MLS All-Stars game, but I mean, what do you really take from that at the end of the day? You know, I was just sort of playing around with things, made a fair few subs, and didn't go brilliantly, but it's not a league game. So without further ado, let's get into this match against Arsenal then. One thing to note, we are going to be playing in 3D, just because I like 3D, and that is a much better team than ours. Aubameyang up front, Mkhitaryan and Iwobi on the flanks, Ozil in the hole, Granit Xhaka and Aaron Ramsey in the centre of midfield, Bellerin, Monreal at centre-half is potentially something we can exploit a little bit, but Mustafi and Monreal at centre-back, Kolasinac on the left and Petr Cech in goal. Obviously, good players on the bench too, the likes of Lacazette, Jack Wilshere, Danny Welbeck, Mohamed El-Nene. It's a good side, but maybe we can take something from this, you know. They do have a couple of weaker points in their team. No Koscielny is of note, and I'm just going to say I know we're the underdogs, but give the fans a performance to cheer for, and none of them cared. None of them. So let's just get straight into it. Highlights are on key, so we'll only see the important stuff, and we'll probably bring you most of it because I'm probably going to end up talking. This bit's obviously all fast forwarded as much as possible. The speed's set to something reasonable. You know, it's watchable, but it's not turtle paced. Ozil's on the ball, he puts it across, and they are 1-0 up after 4 minutes. It's a good goal by Alex Iwobi. Ball goes across from Ozil. We probably should have cut that out, to be honest. It went through a lot of bodies before it did anything. We get to see the entire highlight again. Mkhitaryan puts in a good ball, and yeah, this really should have been cut out. It just went behind all of our players. There's going to be a lot of highlights in this game, isn't there? There's going to be a lot of highlights, and that's a goal. Henrik Mkhitaryan makes it 2-0 with a really good strike, actually. That's disappointing. So again, it comes from a set piece, and Mkhitaryan just picks it up from it, strikes it from outside the area, and it's easy. We're giving away too many set pieces is more of my concern. Like, conceding from them this early on against a good team's expected, as they nearly go close again. Can we counter? Maybe? Come on, Gabbiadini. There's no options in the middle, and he just sort of punts it into their player. We need to... I don't know. It's hard to judge from so early on to your first game of the season. You kind of just need to let things play out, especially when it's against a team like Arsenal that are just better than us on paper. And it's 3-0 within 12 minutes. Welcome to the channel, everybody. We're going to lose a lot. Mesut Ozil bags the third goal of the game then. And do we really need to see this again? I guess we will. I mean, Mesut Ozil has never made this kind of run in his life for Arsenal. It's an excellent darting run forward, though, and he just taps it home past Fraser Forster, who did make some pretty big errors in the MLS All-Star game. The first goal for the All-Stars was literally down to him, as there's another highlight. Do you remember how I said about 20 minutes for a video? Not if there's this many highlights for the opposing team. It's going to be a lot longer. Oh my god, another one. We are on key, right? I mean, that's not going to make an impact, is it? Every highlight's been a shot on goal or a goal. As we are in for a chance here. That's a poor ball, but Austin recovers. It's through to Bertrand, puts it in, and Romeu? Yeah, Oriol Romeu with our first goal of the season to bring it back to 3-1 within 17 minutes, and that bumps us up 3 places in the league. So some of the teams are getting battered too. That's a good sign. Ryan Bertrand then picks it up from the left. The ball from Charlie Austin's good. Puts in the cross, and Romeu just beats Kolasinac to it. It's something. It's, you know, you've got to start somewhere, right? We've got to pull this back somehow, and you can only start with 1 goal. Bellerin then picks it up, puts in the ball. Cedric clears. We just need to try and hold them at bay a little bit more. Maybe I should go more controlling, try to stop giving away possession. As they get their fourth, Alex Iwobi scores again for his second of the game. How much are we betting that in real life in this season, Alex Iwobi doesn't even score 2 goals? Yeah, there's only so much you can put down to the first game of the season. Let's exploit the middle. And let's go more, instead of attacking, maybe we should go more controlling. Highlight straight from kickoff's never a good sign. Especially for things like video length. As that's a decent ball over by Cedric though. Gabbiadini picks it up, puts in the ball. It's way too close to check. Far too close. If we're going to struggle for chances, we need to do better with them than that. Especially when we're playing shorter passes and retained possession. Mkhitaryan's just sort of hovering with it. They're going to bring it back in, aren't they? Iwobi is again so free on this right-hand side, but Cedric picks it up. Can we counter? That is a great ball from Gabbiadini. Charlie Austin one-on-one, and it's a poor shot. To say that they're 4-1 up, Aubameyang being on a 6.5 is not a great sign for Arsenal. It has to be said. And Kolasinac, that 6.0 is presumably because of his error leading to the goal. But 4-1 then at half-time. It's hard to take anything positive from it, but I know we're the underdogs here, but let's go. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that one. Let's give the fans a performance to cheer for. Delete, I've just signed you. It's your debut. That's not a good first impression, mate. Come on then, let's see if we can get something. Gabbiadini forward to Højbjerg. We've got men rushing forward as Højbjerg just loses out. And he may be one of the first players to come off. I may bring Lamina on. Tadic though, forward to Austin. Oh, it's a decent ball forward. Cedric is on it. Can he get it into the box? He can. Charlie Austin. It's just a weak header. Austin's coming off. That's going to be the first change. Catrone's going to get a chance to shine. And Lamina's going to come on for Højbjerg. We're going to go for the double change then, as there is still the highlight going on. Gabbiadini on it then on the right-hand side. Bertrand picks it up, through to Austin. Tadic, Ward-Prowse is on it, it's a chance, and it's 4-2. Can we mount something resembling a comeback? As Tadic had a good bit of involvement. I really like Dusan Tadic in this game. He's just got the stats that make me really, I don't know, excited to use him. You know, the high passing, the high vision. As he puts through a really good ball there, and Ward-Prowse with what can only be described as a very good finish, you know, past the near post of the keeper. He doesn't really have a chance to react. And we are going to proceed with tactical changes. We are going to keep Catrone and Lamina coming on as they have a corner. Ozil pumps it in. Romeu heads clear. Both of our goals coming from deeper positions. Ward-Prowse being our Mazzala and Romeu being our defensive midfielder, both managing to get on the score sheet today before either striker. So that's a good sign. But we're rushing forward again here. Gabbiadini knocks it back to Tadic. Plays through Catrone. Can he score on his debut? He can, and it's 4-3. We are back in this game. We are 1 goal short of equalising. And against Arsenal, this is a decent attacking performance. This is a lethal ball here that comes from, I believe it's Dusan Tadic. Yeah, it is. Look at this. It's absolutely split the defence. Catrone is through. It's 4-3. We're mounting a comeback. We just need one more. Catrone getting a goal as well on his debut, very soon onto coming onto the pitch. It's a good sign. They're telling me to tell Bertrand to ease off the tackles, but in all honesty, we kind of just need to win the ball back. Oh, that is poor though. It's a good save by Forster, and it's a poor shot by Aubameyang, but that is a weakness of having attacking fullbacks. They will tend to leave those flanks a little bit more open, especially in the 2v1 situations with having no wide players. Yeah, they just kind of get caught out here, baited by the winger, and then the fullback's just in acres. Forster did well to save the first one, and again it's a poor shot by Aubameyang, but Ozil's there to pounce on the rebound, and it's 5-3. I'm tempted to bring off Gabbiadini. Do I just do it? Do I just go with this? We play Catrone up front. We bring on Redmond for Gabbiadini. We play Tadic out on this left-hand side. Catrone wants to be an advanced forward, not a deep liar. You want to be an advanced playmaker, and you want to swap there. And we're just going to go a little bit more at them. I don't know if this was a wise choice. I really don't. I don't think it was. I'm not sure Nathan Redmond's the player who's going to bring us back into this game, as the time ticks away very quickly. Potential for some last-minute drama. Oh, Lamina wins it, and he puts it forward. Catrone is on it. Can we get men forward? Nathan Redmond, the substitute, picks it up and immediately loses the ball, reinforcing what I was just saying about him not being the player to bring us back into the game. Oh... Arsenal have scored some very nice goals this game. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it or not. Mesut Ozil then absolutely thumps one into the back of the net. We won it back off of what I believe was Aubameyang. Might have been Mkhitaryan. No, it was Aubameyang. We put in a decent ball there. I believe that was Delete. And then Ozil just smashes the loose ball into the back of the net past Forster, who has actually had a reasonable game. To say they've had 11 shots on target, that means he's made 5 saves. That's not terrible. It's pretty decent. It'd get you a few points on Fantasy Premier League at least. But Aubameyang's had a shocker. Did I just see that right? Is he on a 6.2? He can't be on a 6.2. They're winning 6-3. Their striker can't be on a 6.2. Sorry, I really hope he is. That would be quite... You know, if we've managed to keep Aubameyang quiet despite losing 6-3, that's a positive. As we do go forward here, Romeu's on it. No. No second goal for Romeu. But we've just scored 3 past Arsenal. Like, I'm not trying to be overly optimistic. We shouldn't be conceding 6. But, yeah, he did get a 6.2. But, yeah, to score 3 past Arsenal, I mean, that's not bad. There are positives to take away with the negatives. These defensive ratings here are amongst the negatives. It does have to be said. But yeah, there are positives to take away from it, and I'm not going to beat myself up over that performance. But there we go. I don't really think it was that unlucky, but, you know, to score 3 past Arsenal is still the performance, so I didn't want to be overly critical. We are bottom of the league by, actually, not that much, you know. The goals scored will pump us up if we need to. But I'm going to take us to this game against Tottenham then. I'm not sure if I'm going to make any changes quite yet. I may make 1 or 2. Tottenham actually drew their first game. They played Everton. So I don't think that's a team we're too far away from in terms of quality. So I'm hoping we can maybe try and capitalise on a bit of poor form and maybe just do something. As we make the 1 change today, we bring Catrone in for Charlie Austin. He scored on his debut. I thought, you know, let's give him a run out. Let's see what he can do, really. I wasn't overly impressed with Austin, although he did have a pretty big part in the first goal, recovering a nice poor pass. But recovering a poor pass nicely, I don't think it's possible to have a nice poor pass. But yeah, no team talk at the start of the game. It's something I've got a little bit into the habit of doing. I find it sometimes just overcomplicates things, and it's better to just go out there and just let them play. So it's going to be a tough game, it really is, as they have an early highlight here. Son Heung-min to Harry Kane, obviously the leading threat on their team. Hodet with a good tackle, though. Still don't know how to pronounce his name. Fairly sure I'm doing it differently each time, too. And they put the ball in. Eriksen hits it wide. Another highlight here, then. Fraser Forster gives it to Cedric. It looks like it might be in our favour. Maybe. Oh, that's a good ball by Højbjerg. Catrone is in. It's tipped wide by Laurie. Oh, no, it was just wide anyway. It's a goal kick. I thought that was tipped wide. That would have been a really good effort, but it's good to see us, you know, at least having some chances. We've apparently just had another shot, which we didn't see. 4 fouls in less than 20 minutes. That's a concern. That's certainly not a good sign. We're holding out, though. You know, at this point in the last game, we were, what, 4-0 down or something? So we can at least say that we've done better defensively. You know, we've limited their chances a little bit more, although Tottenham arguably a bit less pacey, a bit less of an issue going forward, a bit less likely to catch us out from one mistake. I think they might be a little bit more clinical, though. Arsenal did miss a lot of shots in that last game. It's a good clearance by Delete, and I thought Gabbiadini was just going to get right on the end of that, but he didn't. Davis takes the ball wide. Dele Alli scores. It's 1-0. It's a good ball in from Davies, and again, those flanks being exploited. I think we might have to patch them up a little bit. I'm not really sure we have the fullbacks available to us to go attacking, at least against these better teams. We might have to drop them down to being a bit more defensive or supportive. Romeu arguably could have intercepted that, but what best it would have done is put it out for a corner. Speak of corners, they get one, and they have a penalty. Delete shoved Jan Vertonghen. That's unfortunate. Come on, Forster. I believe in you. Harry Kane steps up, and he's a very accomplished penalty taker, as we saw in the World Cup this year. And that's Harry Kane's first goal of the season as we go 2-0 down to Tottenham. It's not a nice way to start a save, is it? Arsenal and then Tottenham when you're playing as Southampton. If you're playing as Man City, you'd be like, oh, alright, let's test our team out. Let's see how good we are. Not Southampton. You're just going to get battered. But if these are the spots we're looking to push into, I guess, you know, these arguably are the sorts of games we need to start picking up points from as Harry Kane bags his third. I really didn't think that was going to go in. That's why I wasn't talking about the highlight. I was just sort of like, oh, Aurier's just going to cross it in and it'll be cleared. It'll be fine. Yeah, we need to take these fullbacks off of attacking. They're being drawn way too far out. If that is Ryan Bertrand, it is, right. Yeah, we need to just sort of... I don't want to pin them. I'm just going to pin them to automatic, I think. And just try and keep them a bit more rigid. Maybe we should go more rigid. Because our fullbacks keep drifting in, and that's really what's catching us out. Obviously, you can't see the roles of the opposition, but I'm assuming Arsenal and Tottenham are both playing inside forwards. It would make sense with the players they've got. So I feel like, you know, when players like Son Heung-min are just drifting in, it's really catching out Bertrand and Cedric. They're being drawn inside, and then the fullbacks are making the breaks down the wing, and then it's a nightmare. That's a really poor corner by Ward-Prowse as Tadic just pumps it into whoever that is head. It's like Dele Alli, number 19. Oh, that was close. That was an effort. Come on, Forster. Let's try and pick something up. Okay, it's on Cedric. Now on his automatic duty as opposed to his attacking one. Pushes forward here then. You can see him running down this right-hand side, and it's a good ball over to him. He puts it inside. Gabbiadini takes the shot. It's off the post. Oh, who was that? Who is 21? That's Ryan Bertrand. He should have absolutely got there. At least put a shot off. Oh, that's poor. That could have been pounced on. That rebound could definitely have been pounced on. This should be 3-1 right now. Oh, I don't know how that went in. That was straight at the feet of Laurie, and that was a blunder. Not too dissimilar to the one he had in the World Cup. But this was... It's an interesting bit of play, to say the least. Højbjerg puts through a good ball to Tadic, gives it to Catrone, who I thought that was a penalty. Goes back to Tadic, falls to Gabbiadini, who just lumps it straight at Laurie, and he just can't collect it. Another good assist from Tadic, though. It's a point to make note of. I'll let this highlight play out before I make any changes. Just see if, you know, there's anything that changes my mind about what I want to do. But right now, Catrone might be coming off. Just get a fresh pair of legs on, really. I'm not overly disappointed with him, but he's also not done too much. Again, Bertrand's just been drawn way too far out. And it's for... This is an issue we need to fix, and we need to fix it fast. I think I know how we fix it. I have this on playing fairly narrow. I'm going to put it on balanced. It shouldn't affect the fullbacks, though, surely. I really don't know how to solve this issue. I just need these to stop coming inside. Look, it's happening again! Again, look, there's no one tracking the runner. This is not an issue I've ever encountered on Football Manager before. Maybe I've just not conceded this much in such a short space of time to, like, pay attention to it. Tadic, that was a poor shot. Come on. You're bagging assists. Just stick to that. We are going to have to make changes at some point. You do tend to make changes when you want things to change. But Bertrand puts it forward. Gabbiadini on it here. Plays through Catrone to Cedric. Oh! That's a nice little goal. See, our fullbacks are doing a lot going forward. Again, I think Cedric had a hand in the first goal too. And it makes it difficult to change because obviously weaker sides won't attack this much and we won't be under this much pressure. But at the same time, we can't just give up defensively against the good sides. And I can't figure out whether it's a lack of width that's causing it or whether it's just something going wrong in the tactics. As we go forward again, Catrone puts it in. Gabbiadini makes it 3. It's 4-3 again. We're back to 4-3. Can we do against Tottenham what we failed to do against Arsenal and get something from this game? Again, it's a really good ball forward from Bertrand to Catrone, who's going to play it in to Gabbiadini, taps it past Laurie. We're playing really good attacking football. It's just the other bit that's causing issues. I want to change something. Gabbiadini's just absolutely shot up in ratings. Is this an actual highlight? No. Right, I'm going to pause then. Let me have a think. I don't know who I want to take off. Ward-Prowse is having a poor game, and Lamina can play as a Mazzala, so let's do that. And Delete is having a shocker again. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's what we're going with. Bang. Bertrand on the ball then. Hopefully he doesn't give it away. It's over. Catrone is getting there. He puts it through to Gabbiadini. Shoots. Oh, he had time. Gabbiadini had time there. There was no need to rush that so much. We had so much more time on the ball to just take that so much slower. Come on. We need to get forward but not rush it. Oh, that's poor. Cedric pounces on it though. Can we keep possession? Højbjerg to Romeu. Dusan Tadic. Catrone. Plays through Gabbiadini. It's 4-4. We've equalised. We have equalised. It's 4-4. As Gabbiadini does a little forwards rolly thing. If we get a point from these first two games, this will be really, really a good outcome. Like, as good as we could have hoped, I would say. Catrone plays it through, and it's a beautiful little partnership creating between these two here, Catrone and Gabbiadini. As Gabbiadini bags his hat-trick, I believe? Yes, he does. Catrone gets his hat-trick of assists, and Gabbiadini gets the actual hat-trick as we've just thrown it to them. We need to work on set pieces, both attacking and defensive. That's the main takeaway from this. We need to get our fullbacks to stop drifting in, and we need to work on set pieces. Tadic then on the ball, plays through Gabbiadini. Can we snatch a winner? Gabbiadini pumps it over to Catrone. He's got a little bit of space. He hits Laurie. Oh. That was a chance. Catrone arguably should have done better. He's a young striker. I don't think his composure's that good. That was a chance. That was a chance to snatch 3 points against Tottenham as we line up to take the corner very slowly. Hello? The fans are lovely. Actually, there's a guy here drifting through the stand. Oh, he finally took it. Excellent. And that was what we waited for that corner for. That. Okay, we're on the ball though. Tadic, can he play someone through? No, but Romeu can. Catrone is on it and it's 5-4. Was he onside? He was onside. It's 5-4. We are beating Tottenham. 5-4. So Catrone has just picked up a knock, and despite the fact he scored there, I am going to take him off. I don't want anything bad happening to him. He could be a very important player for us this season. 3 assists and a goal for an 18-year-old against Tottenham is quite impressive. I don't like the fact there's a highlight. I really don't like the fact there's a highlight. They pump it forward, and we are on the ball though. Højbjerg, come on, let's keep control of it. Forster, Herder, that's not how you say his name. Tadic, oh, is it going to be our highlight? Gabbiadini charges forward, oh, straight to Laurie, take more time with it, play in your man. There's 6 minutes of added time. Lamina's on it, and it... We're beating Tottenham 6-4. Lamina with an absolute banger off of the bench. We brought him on to replace Ward-Prowse with the excuse of he can play as a Mazzala. Nah. He can just play. That was a beautiful finish there. And we are up 6-4 in the 97th minute against Tottenham. This is going to be a long episode. I mean, what can you say? That was a wonderful attacking performance. Defensively, we'll ignore. We actually got it together quite a bit in the end. I mean, we scored what? Did we score the last 6 goals? No. We scored 6 of the last 7. So they went 3-0 up. We clawed it back to 3-1. Then they scored again to make it 4-1. Then we scored again and again and again and again and again. Gabbiadini with a hat-trick. Catrone with a goal and 3 assists. Fantastic. Excellent performance. Very happy with the result and the way you played. Charlie Austin doesn't care, but he barely played, so I'm not bothered. What do you say to that? Comeback King. We get an achievement. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but yeah, I just got the Comeback King achievement, which I've just never had before, apparently. And yeah, this is going to be a long enough episode as it is, so I'm not going to waste too much time sitting here talking, but there's a lot of positives to take away to that, and the fact that, we've just scored 9 goals in 2 games, we've conceded 10, but we'll ignore that fact. We've scored 9 goals in 2 games, and we took 3 points away from our first 2 fixtures, consisting of Arsenal and Tottenham. It's a good start. I'm proud. I'm happy with that. So, I'll play this game with Ipswich off camera. It's just a Carabao Cup game. And we will be back for the games against Stoke and Burnley. Obviously, there's an international break which divides those, making it a little bit awkward. Sorry for the longer video here. They're normally going to be about 20 minutes in length, but a combination of all the preamble and all of the mass of goals just really dragged these games out. Hopefully you enjoyed it though, and I will be back tomorrow. These will be going up daily, so have a wonderful day, and I will see you all then. Goodbye.